First bet is on the whole City Man United game. I'm going to expose that bet to you guys in a minute and show you what I've gone for, why I'm so confident it will play out, and how much I've put on it. So, I want to quickly answer a question that I've had a fair few times now since I started the journey and started the channel. And that question I get asked at least once a day at the minute is, why do you believe that this current batch of players will work under Michael Carrick? So I'm going to explain it once, and hopefully you get it, right? I don't believe, it's me personally, right? My opinion. I don't believe in caliber. No, that's wrong. Not saying I don't believe in caliber. Caliber exists. I don't believe that there's one manager fits all. I don't believe in that. I don't believe because you are of a certain caliber, you will go to any team and succeed. I don't believe that. I think it's completely situational. I think there's certain characteristics that line up between a manager and a player. If that wasn't true, then look at some of the managers we've had. We've had some of the best managers in the world, right? From the Mourinhos to the Ten Hags that are meant to be great. Then we've had Louis van Gaal. We've had some top-notch managers. Now, if it was just a blanket statement of your caliber should dictate how well a team does, then we'd have come out of the rut a long time ago, but that is not the case. Certain characteristics have to line up, and the chemistry between player and manager has to mesh in order for it to work, in order for you to see perfection. That's why you see some teams that are just so good and can just win, and grind out a result out of nowhere. Because the manager's ideas on football and the current mindsets of the current players he has meshes together in a way that it just works. If it was just based on caliber and quality, then Man United would have been out of the rut we've been in for the last 4 or 5 years a long time ago, because we brought in top caliber managers and top caliber players, big money for players, but it didn't work. That's because, like I said, it is my belief that the chemistry has to be right between player and manager. And if the chemistry is off, even by a little bit, it fails, right? I think we saw with Ferguson how he could just bring a bunch of youths from the youth team, mesh it into a first team, and it works because he handpicked those players. He handpicked them and put them into a system that he wanted. And it just worked because of, one, his quality, two, his personality, and three, the mentality of the kids that he chose and the players that he would buy. You understand? I don't think the same can be said for just any manager that is of high caliber or big quality. Like I said, when we brought Mourinho in, if we're going off of just CV alone, Mourinho should not have failed. But essentially he did. He finished second place, and I know to this day he says that's one of his best achievements. But as a Man United fan, I was looking at him sideways like, oh, all right, mate, we're used to winning the league. You're coming here finishing second and telling me I should be happy about it. No, we're not. I wasn't, right? But I guess in relation to where we had been coming, he meant in regards to the players I have, which I didn't agree with because I thought he had some really good players. I thought he had some top players. But for me, the chemistry just wasn't right. I believe Mourinho is the type of manager that needs a type of player to make his system work. They have to have a certain mentality to work with Mourinho in the first place, but for his plan to work. So I don't subscribe to the whole thing of as long as you got a quality manager and quality players, it will work. We all know that's not true by now. The reason I think this team will work, the reason I am so positive about our team now, the reason I'm so positive and the reason I think it will work is because I analyzed last season in 2 parts, right? I know I was personally shitting myself every time they stepped out on that pitch with Amorim. Shitting myself. because we just look lethargic, we look slow, we just look like any team can beat us. When Grimsby beat us, I was not surprised because I'd already witnessed what Amarim was about, and I was like, oh my God. I just didn't believe in the guy at all. Not saying he's not a quality manager. I believe he is. So I'm not going to jump on the bandwagon like everybody else. Amarim shit. I'm not going to do that. I don't think he's a shit manager. I think the mentality of him did not mesh with the quality and the mentality of the players that we had. That's why I think that didn't work. I think Amarim is pretty similar to Mourinho in which they need a certain type of player with a certain mentality for their ideology to work. Now, I believe in Man United heavily, so heavily as a matter of fact, you know I put money on it. I put my money where my mouth is. I believe in this team. I've observed how the team has meshed with Carrick. Under Carrick, we play a much more attractive brand of football. We're much more resilient as a team. And the shocking thing for me is they are the same players. The same players that last season you were being told by every pundit, every person that was on TV, even other rival fans, everyone was saying to you, the team is just not good enough. The team is shit. They can't do this. They can't play ball. They cannot play together. When we went to Arsenal, they said, if you try to play football, you will get absolutely decimated. What they didn't know is that the mentality between Carrick and the bunch of players that we have that they called shit works. It works. Because of Carrick's mentality and his characteristics, the players that are currently there is perfect for him. When you see Carrick buy a man like Tielemans, it's perfect for him. Andre Santos, very good at breaking the lines. It works for Carrick. So this is why I've looked at the signings. I'm not screaming like an ape, like everybody else, talking about third midfielder. I'm not doing that. Because I've observed the manager. I've seen how he can transform a team that's classed as shit into a team that absolutely decimated Liverpool, destroyed Man City, slapped Arsenal in the face. Every single team we faced, bar one or two, he absolutely destroyed. The players were exactly the same. This lends to my theory that when it comes to management and success, it's not about the quality. I'm not saying it's not about the quality of the manager, but it's more so about the mentality and how the mentality of the players mesh with the mentality of the managers. If you get those two things in sync, it will work, right? You can take a man from championship, a manager from championship, and put him in one of the top clubs where everybody's doubting him before he takes charge because they're thinking, I remember before he came in, you heard he's only managed Middlesbrough. I mean, how's he going to manage Man United? It's not about clubs. It's about mentality. You can go right now and get a manager from the Conference League. And if he has the right mentality and that mentality meshes with the mentality that he has in that club that he takes over, they will dominate. It doesn't matter where he's coming from. This theory you guys have of it needs to be a top caliber manager. It doesn't matter if he's top caliber if the mentality does not mesh with the players he has. And that's playing out in real time with Carrick. So this is why I have such high belief in Man United. This is why I don't think we need a third midfielder. This is why I think we will go on this season and from the get-go, we will dominate. But stop listening to people about Carrick came from Middlesbrough, he's not good enough. Carrick is a top man, top manager, and he was a top technical footballer. When you get a top technical footballer, he hasn't lost any of that knowledge. He hasn't lost any of that skill. And now he's showing midfielders and all the players that we have what he wants and how he wants to play the game. The mentality works, which is why it's going to work. I promise you. Also, my people, I just want to say I am very grateful and I'm surprised and humbled that we've managed to hit 2,000 subs as quick as we did. To be honest, I think I thought we'd still be lounging around the 40, 50 area at this point. But we have blown past that and we are at a couple thousand now, which is, listen, we're still the small fish in the sea. However, we are pushing. And, yeah, I think it shows that some of you guys enjoy my craziness. And long may it continue. But I appreciate you guys. Thank you. And, we will continue to, push. There's lots to introduce and there's lots to come. But thank you for, so far for, subscribing. I'm humbled and I appreciate you guys. Thank you. In terms of a team, if I was starting the season right now with the squad we have right now and we didn't sign anyone else, yeah, I'd be confident. Like I said, I am confident. However, signings never hurt if they bring more players. I mean, especially strong players. If we get a strong left back, a strong left back, Lewis Hall, tell them you want to leave so you can come here, sir. And if we get a good backup striker, I mean, I think, listen, the reason I don't think Man United is stressing for a striker the way you guys think we're stressing for a striker is that Sesko is going to be our main striker, right? Sesko is going to be our main striker. But we have good backup in that Mbomo, as you've seen, can play the position quite comfortably. And he's a threat, okay? Then we have Cunha, who can play the position quite easily. And he's a threat. And then, I hate to say it, and I absolutely hate to say it, but we've got Rashford, who can play the position. I hope we don't have to, but if we do, I'm sure you put him there and he'll do a job. Do you know what I mean? So I think we're quite covered in the forward area. However, a backup wouldn't hurt. Xerxes would be my last option to play there. I don't think he's centre forward. I think he's more of a cam. I think he's more of a 10. And he's a bit too laid back for my liking in terms of his attitude towards scoring goals. So he would be my least favorite person to see playing that role. However, you have to look at our forward line and know that we have tons of options. So I don't think that's an area we should be concerned about. Left back is the concern. Luke Shaw for me, still a decent option. I'm not gonna clown him. He's still a decent option. Do I want him to be my first choice option anymore? Absolutely not. But it is what it is. So if I was starting the season tomorrow for that game, I would go Lamins in goal. Lamins is our number one. He's proven himself. Let's see if he can continue that form from last season. Or if last season was just luck, let's see. I think he's a really good keeper. I think he's strong. I think he's mentally strong. And I'm looking forward to see what a full season of Lamins looks like. So Lamins a goal. A left back, like I said, Luke Shaw. We have no better option at this point. And as much as I talk about we would like to replace him, he's the best option we have right now for left back. So Luke Shaw at left back. My two centre backs would be Maguire, number one. I know a lot of people try and clown him, but I think Maguire is the strongest defender we have. Big, wins everything in the air. He's a threat in the opposing box. Mentally strong. I mean, look at all the things this guy has gone through at Man United, man, and he's still there, still firing. I love the way he reclaimed his position, and reclaimed his spot after, Amarim and other managers who tried to clown him. I respect Harry a lot. I think Maguire has saved Man United so many times. And my favorite one is the Lyon game when they were ahead of us and clowning us, and Maguire just came back and just shut that shit down with that last-minute header. So Maguire for me, right beside him, preferably would be Martinez. However, I think Martinez might not be fully fit, so I'd go with Aiden Heaven. Heaven for me is a young player, but he's coming on a lot. And he's shown a maturity that, there's a lot more to come, but he's shown a maturity, and also press resistant, the way he turns and gets us out of trouble. He's strong in the challenge. He's reliable. He's 19, but he's reliable. You can't say the guy's not reliable at 19. So for me, so far, it'd be Shaw left back, Aiden Heaven, Harry Maguire, and I would start with Mazraoui. Listen, Dallo, for me, I think the guy should have gone years ago. Anyway, he's decent. He offers us good output. I don't think he makes the right decision whenever he gets into the final third or whenever he gets into crossing positions. I feel like he's a liability in those positions sometimes. However, defensively, you cannot question his commitment. Do you know what I mean? You can question his quality, you can't question his commitment. So for me, my back four would be Luke Shaw, Aiden Heaven, Harry Maguire, and Mazraoui. Man, I can't speak today. Then my starting midfield would be Santos as the 6, Tielemans as the 8, and Bruno as the 10. I would love to throw Mainu in there, but let's be honest, we haven't even seen him since the World Cup. I know he's had a long-deserved break. And just for the fact that we haven't seen him quite often and the rest of the team have gelled in preseason, I think we would start with Santos and Tielemans as the 6 and 8 and Bruno ahead in the 10. I think that's the best option for now, with probably Mainu on the bench. Left side, I would go Cunha. Listen, Cunha, the man. I think every team needs a maverick. And people might think all maverick is Bruno. And it is. But I think some teams have multiple mavericks. And I think we have 3, at least. Cunha is a maverick. There's something about the guy. He just makes things happen. He gets the ball. He gets moving. He runs at people. He tracks back. He attracts fouls. He annoys people. His celebration pisses people off. He's that guy in your team that makes things happen. So for me, Cunha is irreplaceable and always should be on that left-hand side. I know it's not his favorite position. However, he done a quality job for us there last year, and I feel like he should continue. On the right-hand side, I would go with Ahmad. I think I would go with Ahmad because we have to use Mbomo up front. So for me, it would be Cunha left, Bruno 10, Ahmad right, and Mbomo up top. The reason I'm going Mbomo instead of Sesko is because so far we haven't seen Sesko in preseason. I think he's carrying a little niggle. But as you know, I've rated him quite highly and I expect really big things of him this season. So I hope he comes back sharpish. I think he will be the top scorer. I'm sticking to my guns. I've put money on it. I'm not going to tell you how much, but I put money on it. I believe in this guy. I think once he comes back fit, he's just going to be stacking goals. But for my team, for the whole game, that would be Lamins in goal, Shaw left back, Heaven and Maguire centre backs, Mazraoui right back, Santos, Tielemans 6 and 8, Bruno 10, Cunha out on the left wing, Ahmad on the right wing, and then Mbomo up top. I think that's the winning formula, and I think that's the team we're going to use to absolutely decimate Hull City. They stand no chances in this game. They're literally meat for the grinder, okay? So, yeah, follow me, guys. Come along for the watch-along. See if I win or lose money. So, my honest prediction for Manchester United versus Hull game, I think we're going to win. I think we're going to win big. Not big. I think it'll be a decent win. Well, if you ask me right now, I would say the scoreline is going to be 3-0 or 3-1. I don't think they'll score. This is why I think it'll be 3-0. But if they do, I think the score will end up 3-1. Part of me feels like it could be 2-0, but I'm going for 3-0. It's either 3-0 or 3-1. That's what I'm going for. Obviously, I haven't bet on the size outcome. I do think we'll win, which is why I put money on us to win. But I think we'll score some goals. Put it that way. I think we'll play well. I think we'll score some goals. And I think we will run out 3-1 winners with probably Mboma to score 2 goals. Mboma 2, I don't know who else will score, but I think we'll be 3-1 winners. That's my prediction. It will happen, hopefully. In terms of how I see the game going, I mean, I think it's the first game of the season. I think Hull City are still going to be somewhat on a high from their promotion campaign. I think they're going to be in high spirits. They're going to believe they can do it. They're going to come out strong, but their will be broken quite early. I think Man United are going to dominate the game from start to finish. I think we're going to put them under lots and lots of pressure. They're going to start out positively, like I said, but then they're going to revert to two banks, a deep line, and just defend deep and try and frustrate us. But I think with the magic man Tielemans and the godlike figure, which is Bruno, and then Bomo's pace, I think we'll get through them, and I think it will end up a nice 3-0, 3-1 score for us. I don't see it being a frustrating day for us at all, and I feel so positive about it. As you all know, I've put money on it. So come and watch me win or lose. I think I'll win. Yeah, and we'll see how it goes. But yeah, strong performance, I think, from United against Hull. Listen, I fancy us. I really fancy us. Like I said, when I say I think we're going to win the league, I'm not here for a joke. I'm not here for a laugh. I really think we're going to win the league. I think we're going to win the first 3 in a row. But we'll take it game by game. So we need to win the first 3 in a row. There's no time. There's no time for hanging about. There's no time for, we'll see how it goes. And, we can't be going to Hull and getting a point or losing the game. It's not, it shouldn't even be in consideration. This year, we're pushing and we want to be up there fighting the big boys for the title. So from the get-go, we got to start strong. I'm pretty sure Arsenal's going to have a pretty strong start. So if we want to be in the mix early and put pressure on these guys' necks from very early, we got to go out and win the first 3. We have to go out and really dominate from the start in all 3 games and lay a marker down. Do you know what I mean? So when it comes to, I think, the City game or some of the more difficult games, we've got those points in the bag to kind of go into those games with confidence. So yeah, that's how I think the game will play out. I think we'll have a really good showing. I think we'll dominate the game, and I think we'll win quite comfortably. Very comfortable. Like I said, I'm so confident. Very confident. So confident, I put money on it. It's going to happen. 100%. Let's go, boys. So let me tell you a little bit about my bet. How much I've bet and what I've actually gone for. But first, let me just say, I am in no way, shape, or form encouraging anyone to gamble. You should not gamble. Gambling is bad. But for guys like me, it adds a little extra to the edge to the match when there's something riding on it. Do you know what I mean? So you get to come and see me lose some money, potentially. You can laugh at me and call me an idiot. That's fine. Okay? I have gone for Man United to win, for there to be more than 1.5 goals in the game. So as long as there's 2 goals in the game, I win. As long as Man United win, I win. And over 4.5 corners. So which means as long as there's 5 corners in the game, I win. Okay? I have placed a meager 300 on the game for us to win and all the other little add-ons I've just mentioned. It's a solid bet. It's what I think is going to work, and I'm really looking forward to the game. Like I said, for me, it just adds, listen, I love Man United. I love watching the games. It just adds that little extra element to the game when you've got a bit of change riding on it, right? So like I said, best case scenario, I win some cash. Worst case scenario, you guys get to laugh at me and call me an idiot, okay? So make sure you're watching the watch along, as I will be there probably shitting bricks while the game's not going anywhere near how I thought it was going to go. Okay? That's a high possibility. But we will take this ride together and we will see. Also, my people, make sure you continue to give the love. Make sure you continue to watch all the videos in their entirety. Make sure you like the videos. Or if you don't like them, give them a thumbs down. Who cares? Make sure you keep commenting. I engage with all of you guys. I love it. Like I said, football is my passion, man. I love engaging. I love talking about football. Make sure you like, comment, give us a little subscribe so we can continue to bring you great content. I mean, it's probably terrible still, but we're working on it. Do you know what I mean? We're trying. With your support, we can make it better. Okay? Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I cannot speak today. God damn it. You know what I mean? Hit the buttons. Or else.